Hi friends, it's Mrs. Deal here with the math lessons for the week. This week we're focusing on measurement. So we use measurement in our everyday life. We can use measurement to measure the height of something. So we could use it to measure how tall you are, or how short you are, how tall your brother or your sister is. We could also use measurement to measure the height of a tall Lego tower that you build, or maybe a tall wooden block tower that you built. We can also use measurement to measure the length of something. So how long is something, or how short is that object? You can measure the length of a pencil. How long is a pencil, or how short is the pencil? You can also measure the length of a table. Maybe you measure the length of your kitchen table. How long is it, or how short is that table? When we measure objects, we can also compare the sizes of the objects. So the first measurement comparison that we are going to do, we are going to compare the length of two objects. So I have some cube trains here. I have an orange cube train and a yellow cube train. And when we have to remember, when we measure objects and when we want to compare the objects, we must start them in the same spot. So if I was measuring these two cube trains, I would start them in the same spot. So I'm going to put them in the palm of my hand. When we are measuring by length, we can say the objects are shorter than the other object, or maybe an object is longer than the other object, or maybe the objects are about the same. So taking a look at our orange and our yellow cube train, I'm going to measure the lengths, and then compare the lengths of them. So I must remember to start them at the same spot. So they're both starting in the palm of my hand. Taking a look at them, look at that. We can say the yellow cube train is longer than the orange cube train because the yellow cube train, it comes out further than the orange cube train. So the yellow cube train is longer than the orange cube train, and the orange cube train is shorter than the yellow. It doesn't come out as far. And with our cube trains, we actually could even tell by how many cubes are in the cube train. So if I would count the yellow ones, I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 yellow cubes in the cube train. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 cubes, orange cubes in an orange cube train. So we know if there are 7 in the yellow and only 6 in the orange, we can decide that the yellow cube train is longer than the orange cube train. Okay, let's take a look at some more. So I have a green cube train and a yellow cube train. I want to measure them and compare the lengths of them. So I'm going to start them at the same spot. We must always remember that. We can't start measuring the green one up here and the yellow one the whole way back here. We won't get the correct measurement. So let's start them in the same spot. And I can see the green cube train is shorter than the yellow cube train. The yellow cube train comes out further than the green one, so the green one is shorter, and the yellow one is longer than the green cube train. And by taking a look, if you remember, we had 7 yellow cubes, and we only have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 green ones. So we can see that the yellow cube train is longer than the green. I'm going to pull the blue and the yellow together. I want to measure the blue cube train and the yellow cube train and compare their sizes. So I'm going to start them in the same spot, and we can see that the blue cube train and the yellow cube train are about the same. One does not go out farther than the other. So the blue and the yellow cube train are about the same. And taking a look at it, we can count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue cubes. And if you remember, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellow cubes. So we have the same number of cubes. We know they are the same length. Okay. If I had, let's take a look. I have my orange cube train. There are 6 cubes in this orange cube train. If I wanted to make a cube train that is shorter than the orange cube train, how could I figure that out? Let's turn on our thinking caps, friends. If I have 6 orange cubes, but I want a cube train that is shorter than the 6 cube train. One way you could think about that and figure that out is to count the number, or make a cube train and count the number of cubes and make sure that number is less than the 6 orange cube trains. So out of the 6 orange cube train, I am going to put together some that has a number of cubes less than the orange cube train. So I have my green cube train back. I know there are 4 cubes in this cube train. 4 is less than 6. When I put them at the same point to measure them, taking a look, I can see the green cube train is shorter than the orange. Okay, now I have my 6 orange cube train back. I need a cube train that is longer than the 6. Keep those thinking caps on. How could we figure out how to make a cube train that is longer than our orange cube train? Could I count out the cubes and make sure that cube train has more than the 6? If you guessed that, you are most certainly right. So I have my 7 cube train, my blue cubes. There are 7 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know 7 is more than 6. I'm going to match them up in the same point and measure them, and I can see the blue cube is longer than the orange cube train. Okay. So remember, when we are measuring the length of something, we can say comparing them, we can say the objects are longer than the other object, or the object is shorter than the other objects, or the 2 objects are about the same. Alrighty guys, so you did a nice job with that math lesson on length. So let's pull that cheer out of my cheer jar. Shake it up, shake it up. Oh, and I have shine your halo. Go ahead, friends, and shine your halo. You did a nice job. All right, bye.